Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a look at the items that I've had in my wardrobe for 5+ years. Now I did this 2 years ago and I had done, or maybe even 3 years ago and then again 2 years ago. I don't remember, but I have covered like the oldest items in my wardrobe. And now we're gonna do 5 and 6 years because I forgot to film this last year. So double the size that it will typically be going forward, but 5 and 6 years. So we're gonna start with the oldest items, the ones that are 6 years old, and then work our way to the items that are just exactly 5 years old. You are gonna see that 5 and 6 years ago were very good times for me in terms of bags. I had some really, really great finds that I still love today. So the first up, the oldest item that I'm going to show you is the Amour BB. This is in the Magnolia color. I had been searching for it for a long time and it had only been out for a few years, but I had really fallen in love with it. And I thought I wanted it in the Rose Ballerine. And then I found this one and I was like, oh, okay, that I thought it was the Rose Ballerine. I got it and it wasn't, it was the Magnolia. It was a limited edition color. And turns out this was the better choice. I really love it. It's like slightly more neutral, slightly less baby pink than the Rose Ballerine. And it has just been such a wonderful bag. I have used it for years and years and years. It's not going anywhere. Really, really good find. The next item was this bag, which I bought new, which is very, very rare for me. This was the Mulberry Darley. It still has the plastic on it, but I have used it quite a bit. The problem is I don't actually use this as much as I had hoped to, and partially because it's a little thicker than I'd like to be able to carry it as a clutch, and I just don't like that the rivets on the top are like this, because I do want the ability to carry it like a clutch. The chain is also a full chain all the way around, and I find that it's uncomfortable on my shoulder. So I haven't worn this as much as I would have liked to. I'm planning to save it for my daughter. The more recent iterations of this do have some leather on the top of the shoulder bit, and I think that makes a really big difference. So it's a great bag, and I still do wear it occasionally, but for like special occasions, but not very often. I bought that bag in the airport in the UK. That was the cheapest place, and I had this whole thing, and I bought it for our anniversary. Like, we went on a trip and I was celebrating that, and on that same trip I bought this tank top. It's just a tank top, nothing special, but it was from Anne Fontaine, and I really wanted to buy something from the store because that was my favorite brand at the time. I was wearing their tops and their blouses and their tanks all the time. I currently only have one shirt left from them, and then I do still have their tank tops, but I've just switched over to fully natural materials, and so I don't buy these anymore. But the tank is still good. It's a really classic core basic that I wear all the time, and there's no need to get rid of it. But I was really, really excited, like way more excited than I should have been, to buy a tank top in person. What's especially funny about that is that they have Anne Fontaine stores all across the United States. So I don't know why I felt like, I mean, it originates in Paris, and I had this whole it was a beautiful store. I remember it. I remember the shopping experience. Like, it was nice, but it was just, I just really wanted to buy it in Paris. I was really excited about it. This Theory coat I have worn many times. It's a really great, transitional time coat. I wear it a lot in the fall. It's really comfortable. The sleeves are knit, which was really nice during pregnancy. I could just kind of fit it better, and because it's kind of in a bit of an A-line shape, it worked really well while my body was changing. But I've always found it really comfortable, and it's just like this casual, easy coat. So it's not going anywhere, but I believe it might be the only Theory item I have left in my wardrobe. I used to shop them a ton, but not so much anymore. I was so excited when I found the Stuart Weitzman Lowland boots for a good price on the pre-loved market. I wore these a ton, and I still do. I haven't worn them. I didn't wear them last year because I just couldn't get them on while being pregnant, but I'm pretty sure I wore them quite a bit the year before, at least a little bit. I wore them when I commuted into the city, which again was 5 years ago at this point. When I commuted into the city, I wore them a bunch because they're just super comfortable. They were like that extra layer of warmth, and then I would change into heels to teach in. But I do find that they're great when I'm wearing a skirt or tights, and sometimes I wear them with leggings as well. They're a really great boot to have, and I'm glad that I kept the Lowland because I don't think I'd really wear the Highland much, like the more dressy version. these were just, they're great casual, super comfortable, cozy boots that look a little bit put together. This dress was sent to me as for Chicprofessor purposes to showcase on Instagram, and I was so excited about it. It was one of the first brands that like reached out to me directly. This was in 2018, I guess. And so yeah, I had started the brand kind of in like 2015, 2016. I started the YouTube in I think it was like the end of 2015, early 2016. So it was like 2 years in. It took some time to get there, but I was really, really excited when they sent it to me. I've kept it. It is synthetic. It's a really great dress. I've worn it a few times. I mean, I've worn it, you know, at least once to teach in pretty much every year. I wouldn't buy it again now, but since it's in my wardrobe, it's worth keeping. The next item that I still have is this Amour Vert shirt. Very basic, just these little buttons, nothing particularly special or exciting about it. But this was my first Amour Vert piece, and of course I have had many, many since. I was very excited about it. It was really comfortable. I bought it for just a few dollars, I think, and it was really cozy, and it's just been a good basic. But I was just starting, as you can see, to kind of learn about sustainability and get into that, and discovered this brand, and it's kind of the catalyst. This Prada wallet, I think my husband bought this for me for Valentine's Day in 2019, so that must be what we're up to in terms of timing. I just have a spreadsheet. I don't have like dates, you know. I do have like the start of the year typically written down, but I think I only started that a few years ago, so I had to kind of go back through and just remember when I bought a few things and kind of go from there. So this, I'm pretty sure was Valentine's Day though, of 2019. So this Prada wallet I use every day. It's been wonderful. I don't really feel the need to have another one until this one completely falls apart. I don't really understand like having multiple wallets or SLGs. I don't change them out. I just use the same one. So the A has gotten a little tarnished or kind of like worn down. It's pretty much it. Even the corner wear is still pretty great. There's like a little loose thread in that corner. This one's a little dirty, but I mean, this compact wallet has been fabulous. My husband bought one similarly, probably was our trip in 2019, so like a few months later in the summer, and he uses his every day too. They've just really been great wallets, and I imagine I've got another at least 5 years with this one, and then I'll replace it like once every 10 years. I think that's pretty good. What did I tell you about bags? Oh, such a good one. I remember finding this for a really good deal pre-loved and like debating on it. I don't know why I hesitated. I actually waited until they dropped the price, and I can't believe that nobody else bought it. So this is the Mulberry mini zipped base water in the rosewood color. Every time I wear this bag into the store, and I wear this bag a lot, so it does happen. I don't go in the store that often, but you know, every once in a while I do. They always like fawn over it, and they get so excited. They're like, oh, the rosewood color. Everybody always wants this color. So they clearly need to make it again because it was a really popular, wonderful color. It was such a good deal. It was such a good buy, and I have used it a ton, and it's not going anywhere. It's like, it's just a really good one. My ADAY Shore It Up, remember what it's called, turtleneck. I was so excited to work with them, and this was the like my prize, my payment for working with them. I got this in a pair of pants, which I no longer have, but I've worn this so much. It's such a classic basic. It also started my love of like a deep green. I was like, oh, this color is beautiful. It looks good on me. It's classic. It's elegant. Great. So yeah, this has been a really nice blouse to have. It was an exciting ambassadorship to begin, and the deep green has been nice, and it's a seaweed. So I got really interested in new materials kind of based on this shirt. It's a good one. Classic, basic, but it's held up really beautifully. I've worn it a ton, and it's still in good shape. And it's still in good shape. I do have another seaweed piece from them that I have had to textile recycle because it just got really worn, but I did buy that one secondhand, so I don't know how much it was worn before it was mine, but this one has really lasted. I remember buying this suit and being really excited about it. I bought it on the RealReal. It's vintage Diane van Furstenberg. I hummed and hawed over it for a while, and I thought about actually getting it hemmed. But I like the length of the skirt on it now. It's kind of grown on me. I'll show you a picture of me in it. But this I really love the feminine details of it, the cinched waist. It has this sweet little pleating in the back of the skirt. This is actually the back right here. Sweet little pleating in the back of the skirt. Just a nice feminine shape, comfortable knit that I have worn many a time and will continue to wear. I've had a pink and red suit on my wish list for years. This is the only one I have, and I love this one and will continue wearing it, but yeah, I just want a more classic one. But this really sparked my love of like fun colored suiting for work. I like this hat. I've worn this for years. I think once you get a good hat, like you just don't need to replace it. I have this in cream and in black. The black I think is older, but maybe it's not. I love this. It's a packable hat by Eric Javits. You can roll it up and you can also just kind of stuff things in it. So this one says, for packing, place hat upside down in your suitcase, stuff crown with hosiery, and use surrounding articles to support the hem. My black one is definitely rollable. Both are great. I wear them often for travel and just all the time during the summer, especially. So I think once you get a good hat, you don't really need to get many more. Right, this is the last bag, but like, come on, like such good bag buys. I remember buying this one when I first started working in New York City. When I was teaching there, I wanted another bag for work, and I was like, okay, it's time. And I got a great deal on this, and it was the extra large. So it was one of the years where the extra large had come back out, and it must have been out the year before, but this was I bought this new, but on the secondhand market. Maybe it was that year, but I don't think so. It is very hard to find this size, and they changed the name of their sizing a lot. So like what was a Prada large tote is now like a medium tote, or sometimes they just make the medium, but they very rarely make this large size that could hold documents and had the long strap. So I was really, really excited when I was able to get one, because they're kind of harder to find. They come out like once every 5 years. They'll have them for a season or something. And I think sometimes the men's might have it. But anyway, it's a great bag. Once I start teaching in person again, I'll start carrying it all the time. But I still use it for like outfit pictures and every once in a while. I can't imagine that this will ever not be in my wardrobe. Like, I don't see why I would ever get rid of it. I remember being skeptical about this shirt. This is a Zimmermann silk blouse, and I was like, will I ever wear a sheer silk blouse? And I do wear it every once in a while, and I think it's fun. I think the way it kind of blossoms out is really pretty when you tuck it in, or I could wear it open like this when I was pregnant, which was really nice. I had always kind of wanted a Zimmermann piece, which was, I feel like 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, whatever it was, like really loved Zimmermann. I remember people wearing these Zimmermann dresses, and I like can clearly remember the dress really well, and I just didn't ever think that looked good on me. So I was excited when I found this secondhand, and I kind of took a risk on it because I wasn't sure if I'd wear it, but I like the subtle pattern of it. I like the color of it. It's been a good blouse, and I don't wear it a ton since it's silk and like high maintenance to take care of, but it is nice every time I do. These pumps represent the beginning of my journey being a Sarah Flint ambassador. These were the navy, and I really loved the navy. They had a pop-up store in the city, and I had been in contact with them a little bit before, but I decided to go to the pop-up when it opened and try on the shoes, and I really loved them. And then I became an ambassador, and they sent these to me as my first pair as an ambassador. And then the rest is history. But I really was so excited to wear these, and they were super comfortable, and I wore them a lot to teach in. And now my entire shoe wardrobe is basically Sarah Flint and ADAY. My ADAY shoes, I actually started that partnership a couple months before this, but I replaced those shoes. My feet got a little bit bigger. So in my spreadsheet that I keep of all the things that I buy, ADAY is further down the list, even though technically the first pair, I just don't have that pair anymore. The first pair were before these. Okay, I need your help with this one. Y'all, I spent a lot of money on this. Like, one of my top 3 clothing purchases. I spent more on bags and maybe shoes, and really just I think bags. But they may be like, if it's not the most expensive, it's like the second most expensive clothing item that I bought. And it's by Dai, RIP. That brand closed a year or 2 ago, and I was really, really sad to see them go. It's this beautiful suit. I've worn it a ton. You all probably will remember it and recognize it. But it's this really thick, like scuba knit, which is very comfortable. It moves really well, but it's like it's a heavy synthetic. Now, it's chemically very safe. It was made very sustainably, but I just don't wear synthetic materials like that anymore. And part of the reason is because my skin just can't breathe in it. So it's really, really comfortable suit, and I love to wear it for like a little bit of time at a time. It moves well. I don't have to worry about it like wrinkling. There's a lot of great like performance properties of it, but I can't wear it all day because it just gets uncomfortable and I get sweaty in it because it just doesn't breathe. And I don't know what to do with it because since they've closed, I don't think that there's much of a market for them anymore. So like secondhand, I would lose so much money if I sold it, but I really don't wear it anymore. So what should I do? I don't know. It was pricey. So it feels silly for it to just be sitting in my wardrobe, but also feels silly to sell it when I'm going to take a loss on it. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I was really sad when they closed down. I wanted this in red and I thought about it for a long time, but I'm glad I didn't buy it because, you know, tastes change in terms of, as I learned more about sustainability, as I learned more about natural materials and I started wearing more natural materials, I realized that that was really what my skin and body needed. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with this one. Let me know your thoughts. The end of 2019, I decided I really liked my Amour Vert pieces enough to buy some more. And I bought this dress, this black dolman dress, which I know I bought the end of 2019 because I wore it to a wedding the beginning of 2020, right before COVID. And I wore this, I dressed it up with the last thing that I'm going to show you. This blouse I bought in Soho when Amour Vert had a store for a little while. They opened it up and then it got shut down with so many things during the pandemic. But I really loved this blouse. And then I also had a black turtleneck. This was the black turtleneck. Nothing particularly exciting. I liked the little gathering of the sleeves. So I had a black pair of Prada pumps that were my most worn shoes until I discovered Sarah Flynn and ADAY, and since have been sold because I just didn't wear them as much or find them as comfortable as I used to. These are my last pair of Prada shoes. And really, I think I only have like the 3 Prada things, the Prada bag, my Prada wallet. It's like this is the only time you're going to see Prada in these videos because all of it's included in one. These sparkly shoes just dressed up that dress for this wedding. I really liked the shorter heel. It was very comfortable to wear. I do not find these as comfortable as I find my ADAY and Sarah Flynn, so I don't choose them often. And also, like, how often do you choose gold sparkly pumps? But they were fun for wedding and they're still good for some special occasions. I still wear them on like New Year's Eve and sometimes and things like that. So they were a fun buy. But yeah, all my Prada, which was one of my favorite luxury brands at the time. I don't love what it is now. I think it's a lot more trendy than it used to be, but I also just don't tend to buy that as much anymore. So I'm not sure that there will be another Prada item in one of these videos in the future. We'll have to see. So that is it. Those are all the items that I bought 5 or 6 years ago, and I think I did pretty well. Like, I had a good 2 years of buying. I bought some really core pieces that have been staples in my wardrobe for a long time and will continue to be worn for years and years. Please let me know any items that you still have in your wardrobe after 5 years that you love. Let me know your thoughts on some of the items that I showed, and especially give me your thoughts on that Dai suit and what I should do with that. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in a future video. Bye.